Loki Joe and the Kid with Have a Look Out right there. They just released a new LP actually titled Running to the Moon, which is available for €10 on their Bandcamp page. Check that out. They have some awesome remixes, as well as some great original material, working with all sorts of different rappers across the world, actually. A couple of American ones, too, so you don't have to listen to all French rap, but French rap is really awesome. You gotta give it a listen. Alright, I'm gonna give you a little bit of opening to this next one, which I thought about not doing. It could have been funny, but we're not gonna do that at least. A little bit of a radio drama that I wrote, performed, and did all that other crap to it. So, just wanted to throw that out there, and would love to get some feedback on this, because I really haven't done anything like this before. So, just trying to muck about, figure out what I need to do in order to get this to sound awesome, which I'm starting to think that it will, and so I definitely want your opinion because of that. That being said right there, it has to do with a sort of ominous library, that sort of thing, and I guess the story's going to explain the rest of it for you, so I'm going to kick it over to that, and we'll talk in a bit. Alright, I got weird news after that. There, again for the 5th time. I can hear someone creeping around, feel their eyes upon me. But each time I look up, there's no one to be found. There must have been, though, I think, which makes me all the more paranoid. It doesn't matter. Not really. Frankly, I'd kill for a distraction. Anything. But there isn't the time. There's never the time. I took my seat again behind the large stacks. You know, the ones on the 3rd floor, on the west side. The ones that need those ladders with the wheels on the bottom so that you can reach those shelves that extend to the ceiling. When I was a kid, I used to imagine that they were endless rows that stretched beyond the sky, an endless supply of books, each with their own secrets and knowledge to spring on the unsuspecting patron. I miss those days, but they haven't all left. I look down at a heap of paper, no progress. It's not that I'm having difficulty organizing my thoughts. I know what to say, I just can't seem to figure out how to place them in words. Floating thoughts like clouds dancing in my mind, surrounded by black negative space. Anytime I fly closer to discovering the nature of them, they simply drift further into the void. It's also futile. And even if I could manage, it'd all be for what? Shifting in my place, the vinyl upholstery mimics subtle flatulence. I grow cold for a moment. Up from my chair again and peeking between the shelves, I skim down the rows like a television spy. Still no one. Not that it mattered much. I mean, I didn't. But if someone were to have heard, how likely would I be able to explain that one? Pardon me, ma'am, but it was the chair. Honestly. Even if I did, though, even if I really had been the source of the noise, that's a perfectly normal function of the body. Should I feel so ashamed? I look down at my paper once more. Ugh, words! I try to keep my voice low, though. Sometimes I talk to myself, but isn't that a normal thing as well? Not all the time or anything. Mostly when I'm alone, by myself. The room doesn't feel nearly as empty when you fill it with words and sounds. Occasionally, I'll just talk and pretend the letters simply drift from my mouth. They spout in brilliant colors and fonts and sizes. Little by little, they begin to pile and take up space in the room. I have to open a window to let them out. No need to suffocate on your own words. The page, however, remains blank. I sigh. Sighing never really makes me feel any better, but I do it compulsively. It's like I run out of breath, even though my lungs are at capacity, and all I've been doing is sitting here. There's this weight on my chest. I thought I was asthmatic for a time. They said I wasn't. My phone's a lifeless block before me. If only somebody would call. People don't often visit this section either, which is one of the reasons why I like it so well. My own little world back here. But if only someone were to happen by. Good afternoon, I'd beam. My name is Tyres, and I'll pretend to tip a hat to them, welcoming them to my corner of the world. How awful it is to converse with someone who's humorless. They bore me so. Don't get me wrong, I like to talk to people. I love people, in fact, though I may do without the boorish-natured ones. No excuses for being uninteresting. I lift my pen with a new sense of clarity and conviction. Something, anything to get me started. It's a process best handled by diving straight in. It could be utter shit. I can certainly accept that by now. I need to get the right mindset. understand what I'm really looking for, and I've got it! There's no expectation that you've heard of the town of San Sarita. A single road passes through, and it's a great assumption there'd be a reason to visit. And those that stay have nowhere else to go. Shuffling from stacks behind, darting back at the source to find a puzzled patron? Instead, there isn't a soul to be seen. You're hearing things. But I know it was real. Out of my seat again, I pace back and forth across the rows. Sometimes I just do that to think. People start to stare, and then I act like I found a book I was looking for. I begin walking down a row, a roundabout way back to my spot. The shelves are more like a vast jungle of post-mortem trees. Push past a couple of limbs and you can peer further into the dense foliage. Dim hanging light fixtures only so often bring terrific shadows and shade. Once untamed wilderness slowly conquered one title at a time. I can't explain the strange feeling to one whom has never experienced it. I swear, there was someone behind me. I'm not making that up. And it's not shrouded in fear. More of my own damned curiosity. I know he's around. She, it, whatever. But why? Why do I know that? Why do I feel this thing? Am I losing it? Shit. I know I'm not crazy. I'm not. Where are you? Clambering, never in front. My heart skips a beat, as does my footing. I twist around and catch myself in time. I don't believe it. A cat? A black cat. Screeching as it leaps from the shelf, taking off in the opposite direction. Ruffled and awfully thin, it looked neglected. Where did it come from? I mean, I just walked by. How did I miss that? My eyesight's fine, and I'd like to consider myself a rather perceptive individual. I've never seen him, assuming it's a boy, maybe a girl, here before. And where was she? It's off to now. My writing can wait a little longer. I tear after the black feline just as it disappears around the corner. Bounding past, let's just assume it's a boy for now. Leisurely strolling down the aisle. It's like he knew I'd follow. Like he wants me to follow. Stranger by the second. Right, which one is it? I know it was one of them. Tracing his path. Trying to hurry while crouched. No need to spook the little guy. Or draw attention to myself for that matter. I can only imagine. What a sight. He knows I'm following him now. What's his game? Another corner, I catch him just in time. He's trying to lose me. Barely discerning his next maneuver, I chase him in another direction. A series of stacks, no time to pay attention to their contents. These endless halls begin to look the same, and I'm starting to wonder if I'm the only one here. Not a soul to share his witness. A left, then two rights. I'm gaining on him now. At least, I think. He's always just out of my reach. Only a matter of time. End of the aisle, he'll have to make a decision. Dashing left, I'm only a second behind. I'm already winded. I can't wrap my mind around the chase that he's giving me. I can't keep this up. I turn the corner and make it a few meters before stopping in my tracks. Dead end. No chance of escape. But where is he? I've got to catch my breath. What the hell? He's gone? The shelves! I run my hand across the spines and covers as if there'd be a secret compartment somewhere. Removing a small collection does nothing, though. I don't get it. How did he disappear? And that fast? It doesn't seem possible. I must be missing something. Tyres, carried in a whisper. Tyres! I jump. Mrs. Toluca! One of the librarians. I can't imagine her anywhere else. Tyres, what on earth do you think you're doing? Mrs. Toluca, did you just see that cat run past here? You can't bring a cat into the library. I didn't bring it in here. It leapt from the shelves. Came out of nowhere. Didn't you see it? No, I didn't see it. It just ran past. There aren't any cats kept here. It looked like a stray, real thin and Tyres. I'm serious. Ask around. Maybe he's been living here. Somehow. We've yet to hear any patron mention anything about a cat. And I would have certainly heard if a staff member said anything about it. You don't think he could be hiding around this place? I don't think you're in any condition to be drawing such ridiculous conclusions. When's the last time you got some sleep? That's not important. It is, Tyres. Especially when you start running around the place, disturbing people on some tangent about a mythical cat wandering the stacks. Mrs. Toluca! She starts to leave. Mrs. Toluca! Get some sleep, sweetie, and stop the roughhousing. Otherwise, they'll kick you out again.